A story of great fights. A story with amazing characters and one of the greatest plots in recent anime has ended. Today I have watched the last episode of Vinland Saga and I have only positive things to say about the show. Vinland Saga, when it started, was a show about a young boy who lost his father to Vikings and wanted to avenge him. Later it became a story of power, greed and finally redemption. The second season was very different from the first one. In the first season we had no obvious main character. Some people say that it was Thorfinn, but I would disagree. Because Thorfinn was maybe someone like a co-main character or a narrator, because we watched a story about the Viking group and most importantly Askeladd's story through Thorfinn's eyes. I really think that first season was a story about Askeladd, a man who was a true patriot and a man who was very similar to Thorfinn. He sought revenge on the people who killed his mother and on people who he truly hated. That's why he could understand Thorfinn and that's why he pretty much raised him. And as the first season came to an end, so did Askeladd's story. And now, what will happen to Thorfinn? A man who only lived to avenge his father and kill Askeladd. And this is where the second season comes to play. In my opinion, the second season was better than the first one. Now we have an obvious main character and we can watch him grow and change as a person. Thorfinn was a husk at the beginning with no emotions, no goal. But now that he has met Einar, we finally get to see him care about someone. Of course there were a lot of conflicts and every one of them was really good. Now I will talk with spoilers because I want to. So I loved every conflict that we saw, both in the first season where Thorfinn was pretty much Askeladd's dog and listened to every word and order to kill someone or fight with other person, so he could lose yet again in duel against Askeladd. It was very good and entertaining to watch. But now in second season we got to see more major conflicts. Einar's rage when he tried to choke Thorfinn when he found out that he was a Viking, and as we know, Viking destroyed his previous life and made him a slave, was a great character moment for Einar. I really loved him. I mean this moment, not Einar. Or how Thorfinn found something so precious to him that even though he swore off fighting, he still had to protect dying Gardar, so he could have died in peace. And finally a scene where he got punched 100 times to have his conversation with Knute. And coming to Knute, his character developed probably second to Thorfinn the most. Like, he became from this Catholic, not talkative person to a greedy, power-hungry, new tyrant, to be fair. But thanks to Thorfinn, he once again was able to find someone that had similar goal to him and who could make him come back to the more reasonable path of doing. Now he changed as a person again, so he changed from the silent prince to greedy king and yet again to more peaceful king. A lot of people missed the hype of earlier season where every fight was visually pleasing and we could feel the stakes where at any moment someone could die, but I love how in second season every fight was about Thorfinn's developing ideology and how he had to win these fights not only by hands because he swore off fighting, but as well in his mind. I don't want to sound too deep, but yeah, I liked what they did with Thorfinn's character and I don't understand why people prefer first season. You can let me know in the comments if you prefer first season or maybe the second one and why, because I'm really curious. And also don't forget to subscribe and like my video. I'm still a fresh YouTuber, so it would mean a world to me. See ya in the next one.